catch!
Here's coming home. What a play! What a play! The double play from Jerry Langston. And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver. He's advancing home. I don't know if I like it. Oh! No! He got him. Oh my God! He crossed the plate before he was there.
That's a fair ball. What a play from Jake Oliver.
And that is destroyed! Tie game!
Play down the third baseline. Peter makes a great play from Peter McNeil.
And that's a shot! Zach Hall, what a play!
Oh, a moonshot. Oh, he robbed it. What a catch. What a catch.
Here's coming home. What a play! What a play! The double play from Jerry Langston. And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver. He's advancing home. I don't know if I like it. Oh! No! He got him. Oh my God! He crossed the plate before he was there.
In play, that's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver.
And that is destroyed! Tie game!
That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes a great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. George Price heads out. Trey Cluxton right.
second throws over to first. That's he actually did it! That's a rock up!
That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Oh, Philip goes to Marcus. Walk off the season.
Cross, get out, ball later.
And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jake Old. That ball's in play. Goes back, Keeper King. Thomas Playhouse makes the grab.
He's riding third. He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out.
Push it over to first. I don't know if I like him. As that ball is absolutely tattooed. And what a roll! What a roll from Keith McKinnon! Good evening, Wiffle Ball fans, and welcome to 2024 opening day. This is the most exciting day of the season. The off season has finally come to an end, and we are finally here with the 2024 regular season of AWA Wiffle Ball. Tonight we have the Western Wolfpack taking on the Southern Stingers. And this is a well-known rivalry between these two teams. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mark Campanero, joined alongside Chase Winkler. We're so excited to be with you all again here tonight. And so we're going to get right into the starting lineups for the Southern Stingers. Drew Tenzar is going to lead it off playing third. Jordan Rice will hit second at second. Barrett Carlo will be the DH tonight, hitting third. And Cole Blevins will round out the squad at first, hitting fourth. Those are your Southern Stingers squad for tonight. And for the Western Wolfpack, Zach Inouye will lead it off at first. Chad Curtis will hit second at third. Jace Pratt will hit third at second. Thomas Playhouse will hit fourth, the DH for the night. And Alex Harden rounds out the squad, pitching and hitting fifth. Those are your Wolfpack lineup for tonight. Game one will get underway here momentarily between the Western Wolfpack and the Southern Stingers. But before we get this game going, we're going to send it down to Molly Foley, who's got Alex Harden.
Thanks, Mark, and what's up, ballers? Welcome everyone to our opening day for the 2024 AWA season. Tonight we've got our matchup between the Wolfpack and the Stingers, and I'm joined with Wolfpack captain Alex Harden. Now, for those of you who might not know, Alex has been a member of AWA since its inaugural season in 2020. Alex, walk me through what's changed over the last few years.
Well, I mean, when we first started, the fence was, some tree stumps and some chain link fences and pretty much whatever we could get to stand up. But now it's official. We got the green tape, the foul poles, some of the trees are cut down, sorry. So just the presentation of it, I guess, is really official. We got the cool uniforms and the hats, so we're really just taking big strides, and hopefully it gets bigger from here.
Yeah, absolutely. I know for tonight's matchup and for looking towards the 2024 season, the Wolfpack had a bit of a rough go last season with, I believe, 3 wins. How do you anticipate starting the season off strong tonight with this series against the Stingers?
Well, last year we had a lot of roster turmoil, I guess, trying a lot of new guys. But I think coming into this year we have a more rock-solid roster, who we have in mind to play every day, every week, I guess. So I think that's going to be a good start. But also, like Chad and Jace, they got a whole year of experience now. So I think that's going to help, like their approach at the plate and for Jace on the mound, too. So I think just the experience will be the biggest thing.
That sounds great, Alex. We're looking forward to what the Wolfpack can do. Thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you.
Now I'll send it back up to you, Mark, for tonight's game to get things started. Once again, I'm Molly Foley from Edmonds, Washington, and let's look forward to a great matchup.
Thank you, Molly. We appreciate it. I'm so ready for this matchup here tonight. Stingers Wolfpack, we're finally going to be back underway. And for those of you who might be wondering on stream what you just heard there over the speakers, it's been pretty cool. This season, we had the Mariners PA announcer announce all of our names when we come up to the plate this season. So we're going to be having walk-up songs. You'll hear walk-up songs for players when they come up to the plate, and then you'll also hear their name announced as well. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it super well on stream, but out here we're projecting all of those announcements on the field. So all of our fans who come and watch the games live, they'll have something to hear when they are here. So pretty great stuff. And then you'll also notice we have a familiar face out in the field. Jason Morehouse is going to be our umpire here tonight, this evening. Pretty great. We normally never really have umpires unless it's the playoffs, but Jason Morehouse, he's here for opening day, and we're glad to have some help, because I'm telling you, it's hard to make some calls over here in the booth while also calling the game. So whenever we can get some help, it's definitely.
Yeah, and whenever there's that questionable play out there, you always get all those players looking right back up here like, what's the call, what's the call? And I like to say, you know, we have a great view of the field, but this is definitely not the best angle to see every play out there.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, sometimes a tree gets in our way or it goes in the corner. We can't see everything. We don't have the best view behind second base on a tag or something like that. So it helps really out there. Shout out to Jason for really helping us out today.
We appreciate it, Jason. Thank you so much. All right, and pitch number one is about to be underway. Jordan Rice on the mound for the Southern Stingers. Zach Inouye for the Western Wolfpack will lead it off. This is the first matchup right here. AWA 2024 season, and we are underway. Jordan Rice throws a first pitch knuckleball that hits the zone for strike one. And a lot of you may remember Zach Inouye joined in the middle of the season last year as he slips right there for strike two.
Yeah, it was a really good pickup mid-season for the Wolfpack last year. Really came and provided a jolt for this team that through the first half of the season, they only had about 2 or 3 guys show up some games and just really provided that extra depth and surprised a lot of people with his bat. And going to be a full season of him this year.
Absolutely. Alex Harden, we talked to him before the game here today, and he was so excited to have Zach Inouye back on this lineup. Inouye has shown great defense so far in the AWA while also being great at the plate. Gets on base a lot for this Wolfpack team, which is why you see him in that number 1 leadoff spot here tonight. That's popped up into the air. And Kyle Cody is underneath it to make the grab. Kyle Cody making his AWA debut here today in 2024, makes the first out of the 2024 season. So congratulations there to Kyle Cody, getting his first wiffle ball action right there this year. Alex Harden is up to the plate. Looks at ball 1 inside, so 1-0 here to Harden. And one of the storylines that we have not touched on just yet is Peter McNeil not here for the Stingers tonight for opening day. Unfortunately, Peter, he had an obligation, so just couldn't make it here tonight. But thankfully the Stingers, they got 5 guys still here tonight, so that's great news for them. And they're returning 4 or 5 players this year. That's popped up foul territory, and Barrett Carlo makes the grab for out number 2. So 2 away now in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, no, I think this is the first time we've had a team with 6 players on it, and considering Peter's missing, I mean, it's going to be a lot of bats to get through. I mean, not everyone's always going to get their hits, and we'll see how that affects the team.
And the one thing about the Stingers as well is, you know, they're not always the greatest regular season team, but they're absolutely a team that makes a lot of noise in the playoffs. Last year, taking down the Pacific Pilots, who was the 2 seed last year.
Yeah, that was a pretty wild series to knock out, like you said, the 2 seed Pilots. They get hot a lot in the playoffs when the weather gets a little warmer, and we'll see if that continues this year.
And then just 2 seasons ago in 2022, Stingers won it all.
Yep.
So this team is absolutely a dangerous one late in the year.
And I think, like this season, we're seeing a lot of movement. I think there's 2 guys on the Pilots that aren't returning. There's a couple of guys on the Enforcers that aren't returning. I think that's a big thing for the Stingers team, is that they still have every single member of that original World Series team still a part of them 2 years later.
And it's huge. When you can return guys like that, it's amazing. As Thomas Blayhouse looks at ball 4 there. So the Western Wolfpack get their first base runner of the evening. Jace Pratt is going to step in here for the Wolfpack.
For those of you that turned into the preseason game, Jace and Alex, I think, combined for about 6 home runs that day. I mean, it was unbelievable. Didn't count, but they were looking in mid-season form from right off the bat.
Yeah, that Wolfpack offense was electric in those spring training games. If you were able to catch those games a couple of weeks ago, as Pratt fouls that one off. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count. But Pratt was also, he was very hot in the playoffs as well. I believe he had 3 home runs in that playoff series against the Stingers to end the year. And again, Wolfpack, as many of you know, had only 2 wins last year in the regular season, but they did get 1 playoff win and almost stole that wild card series away from the Stingers.
Yeah,
Ground ball right back to Jordan Rice. Fields it cleanly and flips over to Carlo at first for out number 3. So no runs score in the bottom of the first. We're tied 0-0. Go to the bottom of the first inning here in game number 1.
Peter McNeil, Eastern Washington University.
Jordan Rice, University of the Westgate Cougars.
Drew Tenzar, University of Washington.
Cole Blevins, Edmonds Woodway High School.
Kyle Cody, University of Washington.
Barrett Carlo,
Meadowdale Middle School.
All right, we're about to get bottom of the first started here, but we do have a weather update coming to us eventually within this inning. Alex Harden throws that one outside here to Jordan Rice, and Rice goes around there. So there's a ball and a strike now here to Rice. Not this inning. Ground ball over to Zach Inouye at third. Bobbles the ball over there, so Jordan Rice will reach on an error. Started off here in the bottom of the first. So runner on first for the Stingers. Barrett Carlo coming up to the plate.
Big bat in the lineup here, Barrett.
First pitch from Alex connects. Strike 1, 0-1 here to Carlo. And that is ripped right past Zach Inouye into foul territory. That'll be a single for Barrett Carlo. Almost got away from Inouye out there. Rice was looking like he might make an attempt for third, but stays put.
Yeah, you got to wonder if Zach was kind of trying to get him to run on him on purpose and get an easy out there, but no dice.
Ball 1 here to Tenzar, Drew Tenzar, that is. He looks at strike 1. This is the first game we have ever done walk-up songs, so definitely a pretty cool addition. I know we've all been asking for it for years, so it's great to finally have walk-up songs.
Yeah, it's. I hope you guys can all hear it there on the stream. It's pretty cool.
Swing and a miss there by Tenzar. Strikes out for the first out in the bottom of the first inning, and that is Alex Harden's first strikeout of the 2024 season. Ball 1 here to Blevins, 1-0. Goes around there for a strike, and yeah, you know, Cole Blevins has been a very solid player in the AWA for many years. Was down a little bit offensively last season.
Just consistent, you know, he just grinds up there. He works at every at-bat, works out there in the field, and shows up when it counts.
And that's fouled off, so count is now 2-2 here to Cole Blevins. Still looking for our first run of the ball game. Bottom of the first. And that's low and in the dirt, so full count now to Cole Blevins. And that's fouled off. He'll stay alive. And one thing that isn't talked enough is Alex Harden gets Blevins to go around there for out number 2. But one thing that I was going to mention about Alex Harden, something that not a lot of people talk about, is how great Alex Harden is at changing speeds. Harden, he'll throw you sometimes a low 50s fastball, and then he'll come right back and he'll hit you at a top fastball at around 60 miles per hour, right underneath the limit, right at the limit.
Just like we saw right there, he started him off with probably a low 50s, then ramped it up right there to a high 60, and then again mid 50s right there. And you know, actually I was thinking about this earlier today about what makes Alex so effective as a pitcher, because he only has one pitch really. He throws that kind of slider, and like you said, that kind of answered the question right there. I didn't even think about it. It's the changing of the speed, and that's what really makes him effective. He knows when to gas you up, when to slow you down, and that's what makes him effective.
And he does have that curveball that he goes to every now and then. I would say he throws it around 10 to 15% of the time. 3-1. As that's popped up into the air, Harden right underneath it and makes the grab for out number 3. No run score here in the bottom of the first inning. We remain tied 0-0 as we go to the top of the second.
Good evening, AWA Wiffle Ball fans. This is Joe Acorn, staff meteorologist. Looking at tonight's forecast, we got a good amount of rain coming in. We got about a 70% chance of rain tonight. Should be light for most of the night. It could be some patches of some moderate rain. Wind should be up around 18 miles per hour, gusting up to about 25, and the temp should stay in the low 50s. Everybody have a wonderful night. Remember, dingers were nothing.
Alex Harden, Western Washington University.
Thomas Playhouse, Shore Elementary.
Jace Pratt, Jackson High School.
Zach Inouye, University of Washington.
Ian Michael, Edmonds Woodway High School.
Chad Curtis, Balso Hard University.
And Chad Curtis up at the plate now for the Wolfpack, goes around there. You heard that, Balso Hard University for Chad Curtis.
Yeah, I'm loving the walk-up song so far. Everyone's got some great choices. Waiting for Thomas maybe come back around. I missed his the first time. I heard some classic melody, I think.
Yeah, you know, you never know what you're going to get with these walk-up songs, but I have to say, for every single one I've heard so far, I've been a big fan. And that is ripped over to Cody at third, and the throw is offline, so Curtis going to reach easily. That was a difficult play for Kyle Cody over there at third. We'll credit Chad Curtis with a single there.
Nice base knock for Chad over there. Tough play for Cody on the backhand.
I'm telling you, as a third baseman that currently plays in the league, it is not easy making plays over there.
No, I remember I played there my first season here, and I did pretty awful, if I do say so myself. So it is a tough one.
So Chad Curtis is actually going to be awarded second base, as the throw from Cody was offline and actually went out of play. And because of that, Chad Curtis awarded second. So the Wolfpack going to have a runner on second here for Zach Inouye.
Yeah, and that's another learning thing as a rookie. You want it. It's another thing as a rookie, you know, you got to learn when to just eat it sometimes and just leave them at first.
Yeah, and it can definitely help for sure, especially here early in the top of the second inning. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Alex Harden stepping in.
Alex 0 for 1 with a fly out in his first at bat against Jordan.
Ground ball, it does get past the foul line, and Barrett Carlo just can't hang on there, so Chad Curtis will come around to score. That's the first run of the 2024 season. Chad Curtis comes on to score, so the Wolfpack now lead it 1-0. Thomas Blayhouse swinging a miss there, 0-1. How about that? A team that only had 2 wins in the regular season last year strikes first this year. The first run of 2024, and Thomas Blayhouse, tough at bat for him, strikes out on 3 pitches, so 1 away now on the top of the second inning.
Quick at bat there. He's being really aggressive here early in his first game. No surprise there from Thomas.
Knuckleball misses outside there to Jace Pratt. 1-0 is the count. That's fouled off.
Got a good piece of that ball. Just went a little too foul to the right field line.
And we're still looking for our first home run here in 2024. Pretty exciting here if Pratt could do something with this. Runners on first and third.
Yep.
Really blow this one open here. Game 1. Ground ball over to Cody at third. They get 1 at second, and the throw is not going to be in time to get Pratt, but a run does come in to score. So 2-0 Wolfpack. 2 outs in the inning now. Runner on first. Not too bad of an ordeal there. Pratt grounds out to a fielder's choice, but the Wolfpack get a run in.
Yep. Take that RBI every day of the week. Extend this lead to 2-0.
First one here to Chad Curtis outside. Ball. He'll look at ball 2 there. 2-0 now to Curtis.
That knuckleball's really moving. It's kind of windy out here right now, like you guys can see from the weather forecast. Wonder if that's maybe affecting the control a little bit.
And that one's back into the booth. So 2-1 now to Curtis. That one is fouled into the zone. So 2-2. Curveball misses outside. Full count now here to Chad Curtis. Wolfpack trying to extend this 2-0 lead. Ripped down the third baseline. Foul. Just curves foul around the foul pole over there. Full count remains. Knuckleball is outside, and a great at-bat there from Chad Curtis, working a walk.
Yep, getting it back to the top of the order here. Great at-bat from Chad, battling that knuckleball, fighting off and earning his walk.
Runners on first and second here for Zach Inaway. This has been really, really encouraging seeing this from the Wolfpack so early in 2024. We knew how much of an issue offense was for this Wolfpack squad last year. And I know it's got to feel good for these players to get a couple of runs up on the board early.
Yeah, and you can just tell it's a completely different team. They've got they're just playing better wiffle ball this year, straight up. I mean, they just look like a way better team.
Swing and a miss there from Inaway, and the count is now even here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch from Rice is down low. So another full count here for the Wolfpack. Looking at 3-2. Pitch on the way is popped up to deep center, and Drew Tenzar's underneath it to make the grab. But the Wolfpack score a couple of runs here in the top of the second inning. They lead it 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second.
Hey, I thought that was coming to hit me. Hey, man.
Jordan Rice up to the plate for the Stingers. Looks at a ball there. 1-0 here to Rice. You know, I always appreciate it when guys wear their hats backwards. I like it. It's good style.
Yep. Got to switch it around every once in a while, change up the mojo.
And that's fouled on the third base side. So 2-1 now to Rice. The Stingers got a little bit of work to do here in this inning. Down a couple of runs.
There's that curveball you were talking about.
And it's not Alex's most effective pitch, but it can be useful in the right situation, as that's ball 4 there to Jordan Rice. So Stingers get a runner on early now for Barrett Carlo. Carlo representing the tying run. So that's fouled off down the third base side. 0-1. That is ripped past Zach Inouye at third. Rice rounding second, going for third. He'll get there easily, and Barrett Carlo advances to second on the throw. So the Stingers are in business here in the bottom of the second. Nobody out still. Drew Tenzar to the plate.
This is how you want to get the inning started if you're the Stingers. First two guys on, second and third already.
And that is ripped out to right. A home run for Drew Tenzar. The first home run of the 2024 season belongs to Drew Tenzar. It's a 3-run shot over the right field wall. And the Southern Stingers now take a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the second.
First three batters of this inning have really jumped all over Alex.
And that was exactly what the Stingers were looking for. We had mentioned it a couple of times before Tenzar came up to the plate. Still we're looking for that big home run in 2024, the first home run of 2024, and Drew Tenzar able to provide that for us all as Cole Blevins swings at the high cheese there. He strikes out for out number 1.
That wasn't a cheap home run. That was a line drive. It was still gaining air as it went over the fence, so nice shot for the first home run of the season.
Always feels good to get that first one off your chest, so I know Tenzar got to be feeling good. And the Stingers, they are in business here in the bottom of the second. Kyle Cody pops that one up in foul territory. Gonna be way out of the reach of Zach Inouye, so count is now 2-2. Ground ball over to Inouye. Fields it cleanly, throws to first, and it's in time to get Cody for out number 2. So 2 away now on the bottom of the second. Great
shot
play
by Kyle
there.
Cody there to sit on that curveball that he hasn't seen too much. Gave it a good run, but Zach was out there and made a nice play at third.
It's a great play by Zach Inouye. And yeah, like you said, mentioned, you know, Kyle Cody, good job by him waiting on that curveball. Always a good sign, you know, when you got guys on your team who can hit the curve.
Yep. What was that
I think
one
the
movie with
Seattle
Clint?
Mariners could write some notes on that.
Yeah, I was also thinking of the movie Trouble with the Curve. Pretty sure that was a pretty awful movie. I'm not gonna lie.
3-0 here to Rice as that is fouled off. So Rice now looking at a 3-1 count. That's ripped over up the middle, and Thomas Blehouse gets over to it, but not before Jordan Rice gets on over to first for a single. So runner on first here for Barrett Carlo. Stingers looking to extend this 1-run lead they have here in the bottom of the second. And that is ripped over to Thomas Blehouse, and Blehouse makes the grab. That ball was falling and dying. It looked like it might get past Blehouse, but makes the wonderful grab out there for out number 3. The Stingers, they score 3 in the bottom of the second thanks to a Drew Tenzar 3-run home run. The Stingers lead it going into the final inning here in game number 1 of opening day.
I'm up, right?
Me. Brock Blehouse.
Evan. Yeah.
Evan
Fudston.
Best wiffle ball player in the AWA today, gotta go Dominic DeMiro.
I'm going DJ.
Jake Oliver.
Trey Clarkson?
I'll go Schofield.
I'm gonna have to go Chance Justice.
Evan.
Me.
I go with old Cluxton.
First pitch to Harden. It's low and fouls that one into the zone. So 1-1 here to Harden.
Harden 1 for 2 so far against Jordan in this first game.
And Wolfpack down just a run in the top of the third, but Stingers obviously looking to close the door here. What a pitch there from Jordan Rice. Hits the bottom part of the zone and freezes Harden for out number 1. So 1 away here in the inning. Great start.
After that at bat, can't do much with that pitch. Don't blame him. So move on to his next at bat.
Great start there from Rice and the Stingers here in the top of the third. So that's a ground ball right back to Rice, and he throws on over to first. Carlo makes the grab for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down to start this top of the third inning, and the Wolfpack are now down to their final out. Jace Pratt coming up to the plate. First pitch is outside to Pratt for a ball. 1-0.
Jace 0 for 2 on the day. Be looking for a pitch you can drive somewhere and keep the line moving.
Ground ball right back to Rice, and this should do it. Flip on over to first, and the Southern Stingers win game number 1 here in the opening day series. Great job from the Stingers. Drew Tenzar's 3-run home run ends up being the difference. The Wolfpack, we thought they might get their first win of the 2024 season, but the Stingers came out strong and they got the lead back and won game 1. So we have Molly Foley down with Drew Tenzar.
How's that for an exciting first game tonight in our opening day AWA series? I'm here with our home run hitter, Drew Tenzar of the Stingers, to give them the lead and ultimately the win. Drew, how's it feel?
It feels good. It's good to be back out here, and, always good to help the team win.
So I know this is very, very early on into the season with our opening day, but how are you looking forward to the rest of the season, and what can we expect to see from the Stingers?
Hopefully a lot of home runs. We're always trying to just swing the bats out here. Good pitching. Maybe a repeat of the World Series. Who knows?
Now that would be exciting. Sounds great, Drew, and good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Molly, and we just heard there from Drew Tenzar. Hit the first home run of 2024, so congratulations to Drew Tenzar and the Southern Stingers taking game 1 of this opening day series. But seriously, if you're a Wolfpack fan, there's a lot of promise in that game number 1. I mean, you saw your team fighting, only losing by 1 run, 3-2. So you know what? I'm expecting another great battle here in game 2. Wolfpack looking to even the series.
The Wolfpack looked good. They looked alive this first game, which is what you really wanted to see. They weren't walking. They were putting balls in play, getting hits. They could only scrounge some runs at that second inning, but overall they looked really good. Just couldn't close the game, couldn't close it out that game, but I'm excited to see what they bring in the second game.
Yes, and we are, for anybody just joining us, we are in between games here. We're in between games 1 and 2, so we'll be starting game 2 here momentarily. Southern Stingers took game number 1, final score of 3-2. So we're going to get game number 2 underway very shortly, and we're going to take a quick look at the lineups here tonight. So for the Stingers, you can see there their lineup: Drew Tenzar, Jordan Rice, Barrett Carlo, and Cole Blevins. Your Stingers lineup for game 2, and then we'll also take a look at the Western Wolfpack.
Peter McNeil, Eastern Washington University.
Jordan Rice, University of the Westgate Cougars.
Drew Tenzar, University of Washington.
Cole Blevins, Edmonds Woodway High School.
Kyle Cody, University of Washington.
Barrett Carlo, Mattadale Middle School.
spoke too soon, we'll be able to see the Southern Stingers lineup. So that's the 2024 Stingers for you this year. Nice, cool addition that we have had to our broadcast.
Alex Harden, Western Washington University. Thomas Playhouse, Short Elementary.
Jace Pratt, Jackson High School.
Zach Inouye, University of Washington.
Ian Michael, Edmonds Woodway High School.
Chad Curtis, Ball So Hard University.
You know, I got to say, out of all of the introductions so far that we've seen here tonight, I got to say Jordan Rice is my favorite. Westgate Cougars. I went there with him.
Yeah.
Love that one.
That's awesome. Got to shout out the elementary school as always.
Absolutely. Do you have the national championship game pulled up in front of you? Oh. We will be back with everybody momentarily. We're plugging in lineups for game number 2 between the Stingers and the Wolfpack. We're back here. We will be back here shortly.
Morning. Yo, that's crazy.
Jack. Chance Justice. Probably Cluxton.
Chance Justice. Chance. I still gotta go Barrett. I'm still gonna say Barrett. That'd be Grant Newman probably.
It's your brother, honestly.
Mark.
Brock.
Brock Playhouse.
Brock.
Yeah. Josh Gradwell.
Who could not date my daughter? Zach Iloff.
Trey Cluxton. Probably Brock.
I'd let everybody date my daughter because they're all fine young gentlemen.
Me.
You know, I haven't seen everybody's answer to that question just yet. Who would you not let date your daughter? I'm happy we finally got to see that. I would have to agree. Brock is the only correct answer. I would have to agree. All right, Jordan Rice. Lead it off here in game 2. Swing and a miss there for strike 1.
Loving the M&M.
That's hits him for ball 1. So 1-1 here to Jordan Rice.
Jordan Rice kind of reminds me of M&M a little bit. Looks like he just spit a freestyle out of nowhere, you know what I mean? Just like you just step off the mountain for a second and just start
I can see that.
Hard line.
I can see that. 2-1 here to Rice. That's outside for ball 3. So 3-1. Jace Pratt on the mound here in game 1 for the Western Wolfpack. Pratt, a rookie last year in the AWA. Showed quite a bit of promise on the mound. The one thing that got him was the home run ball.
Yep.
And he did have quite a few walks last year as well. So looking to limit those here in 2024.
Yeah, from what I recall, he left quite a few stuff up in the zone last year, and that's what really hurt him. But if he can keep it down, he should be good.
Ball 2 here to Barrett Carlo. Got 2-0 count, and Pratt just having some issues. Command here early as Carlo gives him a gift there, goes around. Ball that was just about in the dirt.
Barrett's always pretty aggressive up there. He almost had his 3rd hit last game, but it was robbed by Thomas.
And that's in there for strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Carlo. That one is fouled off. Count will remain 2-2 here. Stingers trying to take this opening day series against the Wolfpack. They won game number 1. Final score 3-2. That's an in play over to Zach Inouye. Makes the throw on over to first, but gets on by Thomas Blehaus, and Jordan Rice rounds second and goes on over to third. So runners at the corners here for the Stingers early in game 2. Drew Tenzar will step up. Tenzar was the hero of game number 1 at a 3-run homer in the bottom of the second, which ended up being the difference.
I think that was a knuckleball right there from Jace, if I'm not mistaken. Might have picked up a new pitch this offseason.
I know he's been working on that knuckleball a little bit, so it's nice to see that from Pratt as Tenzar swings and misses there. So a ball and a strike, now the count. We'll see if Drew Tenzar can stay hot here in this series. Looks at a ball there.
Just missed the zone there. Good eye from Drew.
2-2 is fouled back into the backstop. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A lot of you who joined us for game number 1, you saw the weather report earlier here. Gray skies. It's a little windy right now, pretty cold. Ground ball over to Zach Inouye, and tries to flip on over to second, but couldn't field it cleanly. So Jordan Rice comes in to score. Stingers take an early 1-0 lead here in game 2.
Tough play for Zach there. It almost looked like he was trying to get the ball to second before he even had the ball in his hands, and I'll do it every time there in baseball or wiffle ball.
Pitches outside there to Blevins, 1-0. And fouled off. So a ball and a strike to Blevins. That's hit out over to Thomas Blehaus. Makes the diving grab for out number 1. Great play there by Thomas Blehaus.
Nice play, like you said, by Thomas out there, making his efforts known in the field today, taking a couple hits away for
2-0 here to Kyle Cody, new face on the Southern Stingers this year.
Looking for a pitch he can drive.
Making the debut. We've had a lot of those in the AWA. In there for a strike. Job there from Pratt, 3-1. Hits the zone. And Pratt now comes back. It's full count here to Kyle Cody.
Painting those 2 pitches right on the edges of the inner side and lower zone.
Knuckleball hits Cody for ball 4, so the bases are now loaded for the Stingers. Back to the top of the order with Jordan Rice, and you know, this could get early quickly here in game 2 if Pratt can't try to work himself out of a jam here.
Yep, only 1 out, bases loaded. Dangerous bat in Jordan. He gets his pitch, he can always drive that thing to the left side of the field.
That's fouled off, so a ball and a strike now to Rice. Rice pitched well in game number 1, only giving up 2 runs.
There's the knuckleball, giving Jordan a little taste of his own medicine.
2-1 on the way, and that's outside, so count is now 3-1, and we do not want to see bases loaded walk here, but that is exactly what we're going to see. So the Jordan Rice walks with the bases loaded. Credit him with an RBI. Stingers now up 2-0 in here in the bottom of the first. And Pratt is going to have to do his best here to work his way out of this bases-loaded jam. Still only one out in the inning. And that is ripped out to center. One hops the fence. Tenzar scores easily. So that'll be an RBI single for Barrett Carlo. So add one more on for the Stingers. Now lead it 3-0 in the bottom of the or in the top of the first.
Barrett hasn't missed a beat today. If it weren't for that one nice catch in center by Thomas, he'd be a perfect 5 for 5 right now.
It's fouled off there by Tenzar, and yeah, you know, Barrett Carlo is one of those players who I feel like consistently has days where he goes 4 for 4, 5 for 5, and it's incredible. He gets on these streaks, and he's just hitting everything.
Yeah, he always seems to find, no matter who the pitcher is, he puts that barrel right on it and gets a nice, good swing out of it, and it tends to go a long ways.
Popped up straight up into the air. Fouled off. A ball and a strike. Ball and 2 strikes here to Drew Tenzar. That's outside. It'll even the count at 2-2. Ground ball right past Pratt on the mound. 1 run's gonna score, and everybody is safe. So it's now 4-0 Stingers in the top of the first. Bases are still loaded and still only 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, the Stingers are just going station to station right now, and unfortunately that's one of those balls where it's put in play. If your pitcher's not getting to it, it's kind of just set in no man's land and an easy base hit.
Blevins goes around there for strike 1. And for some of you who may not remember the rules here in the AWA, in innings 1 and 2, you can score a maximum of 6 runs in an inning before you reach the mercy rule. So Stingers here could score 2 more unless they hit a home run, then they would get all the runs.
That's what you always want.
Three and 1 here to Blevins.
It'd be great to see Cole go deep right here.
And that is ball 4. So another run is going to come in to score. 5-0 Stingers. And now Pratt's got to make a decision. Does he decide to walk Kyle Cody here and just allow the 6th run to come in, or does he pitch to Cody and potentially Stingers could score more than 6 in this first inning?
Yeah, and there's only 1 out, so even if he gets out here, he still has to face Jordan no matter what, unless they somehow get a double play out of this.
And that's high here to Cody, so it's now 2-0. Very well could be a bases-loaded walk. We'll see if Cody has anything to say about it as he looks at ball 3.
Let's see if Cody has the green light here.
And that is outside for ball 4. It's going to walk in the 6th run of the inning. We've reached the mercy limit here in the top of the first. So the Stingers, they score 6 in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Stingers up 6-0.
They're not even that good. Like we're making them look amazing. Dude, we should have lost the team for that. And then they're losing
Zach Inouye fouls the first pitch off. Here from Drew Tenzar, and that one's high. So Drew Tenzar is the pitcher here in game number 2 for the Stingers. We haven't seen a whole lot of Drew Tenzar in the AWA thus far. Tenzar did come in a couple of times last season to pitch. And he wasn't, he had his moments. He had his moments, that's for sure.
You know, I don't think I've seen too much of Drew. I don't think I've faced him. From what I'm seeing so far, I think he just is trying to get that ball in the strike zone right now and just trying to put the ball, make the other team put the ball in play and have his defense help him out by doing the work.
And Drew Tenzar doesn't have a whole lot of experience pitching in the league, because when you have pitchers like Jordan Rice and Peter McNeil all in your team, you really don't need to pitch all that much.
Exactly.
And with Peter out here tonight, Tenzar is getting an opportunity against this Wolfpack squad as Harden rips that one foul down the third base side.
And I know the Stingers have a 6-run lead, which is always nice, but I also saw Kyle Cody warming up before the game. You got to wonder if things aren't going too well for Drew, that they maybe bring in the rookie to see what he has in this. I mean, they're already up a game, so why not?
And there goes Alex Harden, strike 3. So strikeout here for Tenzar. There's now one away in the bottom of the first. Like we mentioned, Drew Tenzar has definitely had his moments pitching in the league. Hasn't had very many opportunities, but makes the most of it there against one of the better hitters in the league, Alex Harden.
Yep. Alex was very aggressive on that at bat, swinging at some stuff. A little high cheese. Maybe you got to wonder if that's the first game jitters, trying to get that first home run maybe off his back, like we were saying earlier. But good first out for Drew.
4-pitch walk there to Thomas Blehaus. So runners on first and second now for the Wolfpack. Jace Pratt is going to step in, looking to get some runs back. That's outside. Again, we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Jace Pratt in spring training this season was electric. He had 3 home runs in that spring training game that we played, or games that we played. So Pratt works a walk there, loads the bases up for the Wolfpack. Chad Curtis looks at a ball.
This is a nice opportunity for the Wolfpack here. Bases loaded, down 6 runs, but have a chance to change that here quick and only be down 2 with 1 swing of the bat.
And this is exactly what you would be, like you just mentioned, Chase, this is exactly what the Wolfpack would be looking for. Bases loaded, only 1 out in the inning. A very similar situation to what the Stingers faced last half inning. Curtis goes around, full count. Here to Chad Curtis. It goes around there, so strike 3. Great job from Tenzar, getting Curtis to chase, and there's now 2 away in the bottom of the first.
Saw Drew ramp up the heat a little bit there against Chad. Got him swinging there.
Unfortunate there for Chad Curtis. Had he maybe held up there, definitely would have walked in a run.
For sure.
And when you're the Wolfpack down 6, just trying to get a run any way you can.
Yep. They've really been helping Drew out, who's been struggling to find the zone and have had 2 strikeouts on pitches outside of the zone.
And that pitch connects, so 3-1 here in a way is that's fouled back into the booth. And we also hits the strike zone.
Another one right there, a 3-1 count, would have been ball 4. Love to see the aggressiveness, but at the same time, down 6-0. Might want to see a take there, but
full count now to Inouye, and he takes ball 4. So the Wolfpack get up on the board. It's now 6-1. Alex Harden will step in, looking to get some revenge here against Drew Tenzar. Struck out in his first at-bat. That's popped up into the air into center, and Cody is right underneath it to make the grab for out number 3. Wolfpack score 1 run here in the bottom of the first, but the Stingers still hold a commanding 5-run lead. Go to the top of the second inning. Stingers lead 6-1. Jordan Rice at the plate here for the Stingers. Looks at a strike there from Pratt. 0-1.
Pratt looking for more of a quiet inning after giving up the 6-run rule last inning.
Yeah, looking to improve upon that last half inning, and you know, this is that was the first half inning Pratt has seen in the 2024 season, so it could have just been some maybe early on jitters from Pratt. You never know. See if he can settle down in the top of the second.
Jordan is 0 for 0 this game with 2 walks. Bat was pretty active that first game. He'll be looking for a hit here.
Popped up in the air over to Zach Inouye. He's under it and makes the grab for out number 1. So great job there by Pratt and the Wolfpack. Get the first down of the inning. But now you gotta face Barrett Carlo, who's been red hot here in this series so far.
He's in one of those moods, or I don't know what to call it, but anything over the plate, he's just getting his barrel to it and then putting something hard out there.
2-0 is the count to Carlo. Goes around there for a strike. 2-1. Yeah, what an incredible start to the season here for Carlo. Popped up into the air, does not hit the tree. It's playable, and Pratt is underneath it. It makes the grab for out number 2. So 2 away on the top of the second, and things are looking a lot better for the Wolfpack here in the inning.
Yep, he's finding the zone, getting some easy outs for his defense, and having a much better top of the second than he had top of the first.
0-1 here to Tenzar. Tenzar's been doing a little bit of everything today. Was the hero of game number 1, 3-run home run. Now he's pitching this game number 2 and has pitched well so far.
Yep.
He's only allowed 1 run. 2-1 is the count. Ground ball up the middle. Alex Harden fields it cleanly, throws on over to first, and it gets by Thomas Blayhouse. So Drew Tenzar will be awarded second on the overthrow. Unfortunate situation there.
Alex tried to make a tough play, but just was inaccurate throwing it over there to Thomas.
A little bit of a tough play for Alex. He was playing over and had to go all the way over to his left to field that ball and still try to make the out on Tenzar. 1-1 here to Blevins, and goes around there. So a quick 0-2 now to Cole Blevins. Low and inside. Ball 1-1-2 now to Blevins, and Pratt just looking to get out of this inning and get back on offense. Two and two, runner on second, 2 away. That's high, so full count now to Blevins. The 3-2. Outside for ball 4. Runners on first and second for the Stingers. And now up steps Kyle Cody. Just high there to Cody for a ball, 1-0.
Still looking for his first hit this season.
That's fouled off.
Been on base twice this game, 2 walks.
Yeah, getting that first hit, it's always something you're searching for. Just trying to make sure that you can get that out of the way and just have all those jitters away from you. That's a tough pitch there from Pratt. Great job connecting there. 2-2 now to Kyle Cody. Fouled off.
Nice shot from Cody there to foul that off, keep the bat alive.
2-2, and that's inside, so a full count. Now to Kyle Cody. Pitch on the way from Pratt is low, and Kyle Cody works a walk, so it's now bases loaded here in the top of the second inning. And just when you thought things were going well for the Wolfpack, they got 2 quick outs in the inning. Now they're facing a bases loaded situation back to the top of the order with Jordan Rice and the Stingers. So
Yeah,
difficult situation here for Pratt.
Yeah, it's got to be tough. You had both those last batters at 1 strike away.
Popped up into the air, and that is exactly what the Wolfpack needed, as Harden is underneath it, makes the grab for out number 3. No run score in the inning. Stingers still lead at 6-1. We go to the bottom of the second inning here in game number 2. Thomas Blehaus looks at a ball there from Tenzar. And that is ripped over to Kyle Cody, who played that perfectly. As Thomas Blehaus lines out. First out here in the bottom of the second. Kyle Cody's placement could not have been better right there.
It was perfect shift right there for the lefty. Pulled it right where thought it would, and 1 out.
Chase Pratt will look at that ball way outside. 1-0. And that somehow hits the zone. Popped up into the air. Wow. 1-2 here to Pratt. Gonna get some runs back here. Back down 5. Tying inside, so 2-2. Count is full. Nobody on and 1 away. And that's high for ball 4. So Jace Pratt works a walk. Now we're going to see Chad Curtis coming up to the plate.
Struck out earlier against Drew. A pitch that was outside of the zone would have been ball 4. But let's see if he can rebound here.
Still a lot of game left for this Wolfpack squad. Down to 5 runs. I think up here in the booth, you might notice Chase and I cheering a little bit for this Wolfpack squad. We're just hoping that they can exceed 2 wins this season.
Yeah, you know, we want everyone in this league to be competitive. You know, we don't want...
Does not go around there. Count will remain 2-2. Oh, and Jason says he goes around the umpire. I completely forgot.
Oh, angle there.
My bad, Jason Morehouse with the call. So
that's the talk we were talking about
Chad
earlier
Curtis
this
is
game.
called out, and thank you, Jason, because we're not really used to that here a whole lot.
Takes the pressure off us, not our call. If you got a problem with it, go talk to Jason out there.
Zach Inouye goes around, a ball and a strike now to Inouye, 2 away in the inning. That's outside. Outside again.
We've been letting these hitters get ahead with 2-0, 3-1 counts, but he's been very good at battling back and getting some easy outs and not letting a lot of runners get on base. So
yes,
great job from Drew.
Yes, Drew Tenzar has pitched pretty well here so far for somebody not having a ton of experience thus far in the league pitching. Alex Harden to the plate. Look at ball 1. So runners on first and second. 2 outs in the inning. Ground ball on over to Jordan Rice at third. He tags out Pratt for out number 3. No run score for the Wolfpack in the bottom of the second. We go to the final inning. Stingers still lead it 6-1.
Hufflepuff.
Probably Slytherin. I'm badass.
Probably like Ravenclaw, I think.
Expelled.
Gryffindor.
Slytherin.
Hufflepuff.
I don't know. I'm probably a lame Gryffindor, but
Hufflepuff. Oh, probably Ravenclaw.
Hogwarts, Slytherin. I bleed green.
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor.
I don't know any of them. Apple Blossom.
I have no idea. I don't know Harry Potter like that.
Barrett Carlo will lead it off here in the top of the third inning. Looks at a ball. Popped up into the air. Playable, and Jace Pratt makes the grab for out number 1. Drew Tenzar is now going to step in for the Stingers. Stingers with a nice lead here. 5 runs, but always nice to get some additional insurance runs.
Especially in this third inning, like you were saying earlier, where there's no cap. You know what I mean? If you're getting to a pitcher, it'd be nice to add on more than the 6.
Exactly. So for those of you who may not know the rule, so in innings 1 and 2, you can score a maximum of 6 runs in an inning. And then in inning number 3, the number of runs is uncapped. You can score as many as you would like. Popped up into the air. Pratt coming on and just couldn't get there in time. So the count is now 3-1 to Drew Tenzar. Smart decision there from Pratt. I mean, it was about to hit the cover over there underneath, right above our fans. Don't want anybody getting hurt. 3-1 on the way to Tenzar, and that's fouled off down the third base side. So a full count now to Tenzar. Bases are empty, 1 away in the inning. Swing and a miss. Down goes Tenzar for out number 2.
Nice strikeout there from Jace. First, you guys, he sat down.
Outside there to Blevins, 1-0. Big swing and a miss. Ball and a strike. That is hit high and deep out to right, and Cole Blevins, a solo home run for the Stingers, and the Stingers now go up 6 runs and lead it 7-1 here in the top of the third.
Oppo from Cole also, that was nice to see. Got a pitch outside and just rode with it and drove it over that 94 feet sign over there right above the Milwaukee sign. So nice hit there from Cole.
An opposite field blast from Cole Blevins, his first home run of the season. And there is that additional insurance run we were just talking about for the Stingers. A big swing and a miss there from Kyle Cody. Count is now 0-2. That one is low. Ball and 2 strikes now to Cody. Still looking for that first hit in the AWA. Ground ball over to Inouye at third, and the throw is not going to be in time to get Cody. So Kyle Cody record that a single, his first ever hit in the AWA. Congratulations, Kyle Cody.
Nice play, ran that out there, made the third baseman rush the throw, and earned himself his first hit here.
So the inning is going to continue for the Stingers back to the top of the order. Runner on first, 2 away, and Jordan Rice swings at a pitch he wished he wouldn't have. On 1. And that's outside and low for a ball. So a ball and a strike now to Rice. Outside again, 2-1. But yeah, great job there from Cody getting that first hit. Always feels good to get that one off your back. Outside, 3-1 now to Rice. hits the top part of the zone and skips back into the booth. Full count. That is ripped on over to Alex Harden, whose placement was perfect. Makes the grab for out number 3. Nope. 1-run scores for the Stingers in the top of the third. They lead at 7-1. We go to the bottom of the third here in game 2. Thomas Blayhouse will lead it off for the Wolfpack. Tall task for the Wolfpack here, down 6 runs. Bottom of the third. Ball and a strike. Here's the count to Blayhouse. That's just high. Be great here if the Wolfpack could get Thomas Blayhouse going. Definitely one of the more feared hitters in the league. Work a walk there.
Second walk of this game.
Your parking lights are on. Blue.
I don't know what that was, but looks like we got a little
sounds like we
announcement.
Have some car troubles out there in the parking lot.
Car trouble announcement, apparently.
Jason, we're joking.
And that's high to Pratt. So 2-1 now to Pratt. Runner on first. Nobody out. And that's high. So I had the count wrong. That's ball 4 there to Pratt. So runners on first and second. Nobody out for the Wolfpack. Chad Curtis to the plate.
This is what you want. Bottom of the third inning. Yeah, they're down 6 runs, but never say never here in the AWA.
2-0 to Curtis as he goes around there for a strike. 2-1. Like you said, never say never. This is an opportunity for the Wolfpack here, trying to tie this series at a game apiece. And Curtis looks at a ball. So 3-1 now to Curtis. Hits him on the shoulder for ball 4. Bases are now loaded for the Wolfpack. And to the top of the order with Zach Inouye we go.
He's been on base all 3 of his previous at-bats this current game 2 with 3 walks. Swinging at that first pitch there, he's being a little more aggressive.
That's high and outside, so a ball and a strike here to Inouye. And that's outside, 2-1. Inside ball 3. And Tenzar having some trouble with the command as that's ball 4, and Zach Inouye works the walk. So credit Inouye with an RBI, and it's now 7-2. Stingers still lead it.
It's so cold out here.
Alex Harden will step in. Big opportunity here for the Wolfpack. Bases loaded, nobody out. Pitch on the way to Harden. It's outside for a ball, 1-0. And that is in there for a strike. So ball and a strike now to Harden. This is a situation where the Wolfpack are really looking for their best hitter to get an opportunity to do something here. 3-1 to Harden. Inside ball 4, and that's back-to-back bases loaded walks now for Tenzar. So another run comes in to score for the Wolfpack. It's now 7-3.
And this is the guy you want up when you're down 4 runs with the bases loaded.
Absolutely.
Just needs one pitch and he can tie this game up.
Tying run to the plate, and Thomas Blayhouse looks at strike 1. That's inside, so 1-1. Big swing and a miss. Thomas Playhouse is definitely trying to make something happen here. Outside, count is even at 2-2. Fouls that one back into the booth. Count remains even here at 2-2, and Tenzar is definitely given Thomas Playhouse opportunities here. Full count. Hits the zone, strike three, freezes Thomas Blay. Oh, and it's going to be too fast on the gun. That's our first speed check of 2024. Couldn't have come at a better time for Thomas Playhouse.
Man, you got to hate that as a pitcher out there, but you got to love it as a hitter. That is rough.
So full count to Thomas Playhouse. And the pitch is just outside there from Tenzar, so another run is going to come in to score for the Wolfpack. And now you have the tying run on at first with the winning run to the plate in Jace Pratt. Still no outs in the inning, and this is quite the jam that the Stingers find themselves in game number 2.
Oof. Jace just a little late on that one.
A ball and a strike here to Pratt. And that one is high, so 2-1 now to Pratt. And that's outside.
The Wolfpack have yet to record a hit in game 2, but are still only down 3 runs at 7-4.
You know, that's tough. That's tough. It's still early in the year. You know, Drew Tenzar, as we've mentioned, doesn't have the most experience pitching in the league.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just got to really hurt for the Stingers that all their runs have been scored off walks.
Low for ball 4, so another run comes in to score for the Wolfpack. It's now 7-5. And pretty crazy for the Wolfpack. All 5 runs have come via the bases loaded walk. And it does look like we're going to get a pitching change here. Barrett Carlo is going to come in to pitch. And Drew Tenzar is going back out to the field. And Carlo is another guy who hasn't had very many opportunities to pitch in the league. But going to try to close this thing out here for the Stingers. Chad Curtis will step in. Bases loaded, still nobody out. The first pitch from Carlo is inside for a ball. And that's fouled off there from Curtis. A ball and a strike. Pitch on the way is in the dirt. A swing and a miss. A big one. That was a slow little gyro ball, it almost looked like there.
Yeah, that was a juicy one. There it was once again. It didn't have much break on it.
Full count. Ground ball over to Jordan Rice. He bobbles it. He's able to get the force out on Thomas Playhouse at third. So 1 away now in the inning, but a run does come in to score for the Wolfpack. 7-6, Stingers lead it.
Is it cutting out?
Tying run on at second. And the winning run on at first. Zach Inouye to the plate. Inside for a ball to Inouye. And that hits the zone. Fouled off, so a ball and 2 strikes to Zach Inouye.
4 walks for him this game.
Slowing in the dirt. 2-2. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Zach Inouye for out number 2. A big strikeout there for Barrett Carlo in the Stingers. The Wolfpack now down to their final out. Tying run on at second, winning run on at first. Alex Harden to the plate. Pitch here from Carlo is inside. That hits Harden for ball 2. Big situation here from Harden. He's consistently been the best hitter on the Wolfpack. He pops that one up, and Carlo makes the grab to close out the game. The Stingers They take game number 2 in this series. Final score 7-6. What a job from Barrett Carlo coming in a bases loaded jam and getting the last few outs for the Stingers to secure the win and the series. What a job there from Barrett Carlo.
That was beautiful work there from Barrett to come in after Drew giving up all the runs on walks and to shut it down like that real quick. So great job from the Stingers to get that win.
And we have Molly Foley down on the field with Cole Blevins.
That's right, Mark. Hey, everyone. What an exciting finish to Game 2 there. The Stingers managed to hold things out, helped greatly in part to Cole's home run. Cole, how did that feel?
It felt great. The boys were hyping me up even before that, too, giving me some tips on where to swing, where to wait on, and when I saw it going over, it was party time.
So we've got a new Dinger King in town. So I don't know how many of the viewers know this, but Cole is another one of our OG AWA members, being a part of the league for several years now. Cole, how are things looking now for the 2024 season?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's great to get back out here. Beautiful day. Normally our first starts are dumping rain, so this is a nice change.
That's so true. I remember last year things were wet out here for opening day, but thanks so much, Cole, and good luck out there in Game 3.
Appreciate it.
Back to you, Mark and Chase.
Thank you, Molly, and you just heard there from Cole Blevins. What a job. Cole Blevins hit an opposite field home run, and that ended up being the difference for the Stingers. The Stingers were up 6 heading into the bottom of the third. Wolfpack put up 5 in the inning, and that solo home run that Cole Blevins strung together in the top of the third was what ended up propelling the Stingers over the Wolfpack to take Game 2 and the series. About to get game number 3 underway here. Jordan Rice will be on the mound for the Southern Stingers. Stingers looking to go for the sweep here against the Wolfpack. And the Wolfpack are just trying to salvage at least one game from this series to try not to start the year off going 0-3. Definitely have a tall task here against Jordan Rice, one of the better proven pitchers, one of the best proven pitchers in the AWA. As many nasty pitches.
I'd probably say my brother.
Drew Gravel.
Barrett Carlo.
Brock Playhouse.
Jack Playhouse.
Oh, thanks, man.
Jake Oliver.
Alex Hart.
Everyone. But Mark Campanero.
Tom Playhouse.
DJ Oliver. Jason Morehouse.
Facts.
Great question. Morton Granish.
Nice.
DJ. Philip Rosenbacher. Easy.
DJ Oliver.
Gotta go with Jake Oliver.
Morgan Granish.
Me.
Second favorite player.
Me.
Third, but it can't be you.
Thomas Playhouse.
Getting game 3 underway here against the Stingers and the Wolfpack. If you're just joining us, Stingers lead this series 2-0. They won game number 1, final score 3-2, and they just won game number 2, final score 7-6. Jordan Rice walks Zach Inouye to begin game 3. So Wolfpack with a runner on. Alex Harden to the plate.
Alex looking to get it going here in this first game of the season. First series, I should say, of the season. Been a little quiet here.
Knuckleball is in there from Rice for a strike. And that's in there as well. So 0-2 to Alex Harden. A couple of nasty pitches there from Rice. That one's low, so 1-2 the count. I didn't hear. What did you say?
Strike 3 there for Alex Harden on a swing and a miss. You got 4 straight knuckleballs there. Not much you can do with that. That's a hard at bat, but almost a tip of the cap from Jordan Rice to Alex Harden. They're only giving him knuckleballs.
Looks good.
Thomas stepping in as the right-handy. Oh!
And rips one the other way, in a way rounding second, and he's going to hold up there, but Thomas Blehaus steps in. Normally a left-handed hitter, decided to hit that one right-handed and ended up working out for him. Now, Thomas hasn't had a ton of success here tonight hitting lefty, so maybe that's the key for him, is just hitting right-handed instead of left.
Only few people can do that in this league. Peter and Thomas are up there with the consistent switch hitters, I would say.
3-0 to Pratt. One away in the inning. Runners on first and second. Hits the zone. Great job there from Rice. Able to connect there on the inside part of the zone. Off of Jace Pratt's foot, so that'll be foul. Now full count here to Pratt.
Sorry, my bad, Jack.
And this would be a great opportunity for the Wolfpack to get out to a hot start here. Try to strike first against the Stingers. Ground ball over to Barrett Carlo. Steps on third to get one out. Throws on over to first, but it's not in time to get Pratt. So we get one out there. Two away now in the inning. Runners still on first and second for the Wolfpack. First pitch here to Chad Curtis is outside. Ball one. And that's inside for ball two. So 2-0 now to Curtis.
And you just stopped listening.
That pitch is outside. Ground ball foul down the third base side. 3-1 the count. Ground ball right back to Jordan Rice. He flips on over to Carlo at third, and they get the out on Thomas Blehaus at third. So no runs score here in the top of the first inning. Remain tied at 0-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. Jordan Rice leads it off here for the Stingers. That's fouled back. So a ball and two strikes here to Rice.
Turn the lights on here for this final game 3. Nice little luxury we have.
Ground ball over to Zach Inouye at third. Bobbles the ball and is not going to be able to make the play on Rice. So Rice will reach on an error there for the Stingers. Barrett Carlo steps up to the plate. Barrett Carlo has been electric here tonight for the Stingers.
He's been red hot, like you said, all night, Mark. Been really good, disciplined with the pitches around the zone and anything that's left over the heart of the plate, no matter if it's a slider, fastball, whatever, he's really doing a lot of damage with it just like that.
Hit up into the air, and Chad Curtis right underneath it to make the grab for out number one away. In the bottom of the first, Drew Tenzar will step in. That's fouled off the tree over there on the third base side, and One thing I always forget about whenever Alex Harden is pitching is how fast he works. I feel like whenever I'm announcing, I gotta keep up with my words and everything, because Harden, he's up there and he's moving.
Oh yeah, when I face Alex, I like to really, he might not like it, but I like to step out, take a nice little 5-6 seconds to myself, make him slow himself down, you know what I mean?
Definitely not a fan of that, I know that. Gets him out of his groove a little bit. 2-2 here to Tenzars. That one is a tad high there, so the count now runs full 3-2. That is ripped high and deep out to center field. Chad Curtis underneath it makes the grab. Nobody's on over there at first as Rice was halfway up the line right there. Curtis might have had a play on him had he trying to throw it over to Rice, but
yeah, and that ball sounded really good off the bat, but this time of year, man, it doesn't really fly here in the state of Washington. It got up there and almost looked like it even lost some ground. It flew out there and almost came back in to Chad. So a tough hit there for Drew.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, Chase, you know, just earlier in the season here in Washington, not as nice weather, and the air definitely feels a little bit heavier almost, like you just can't hit that wiffle ball as far.
Definitely, it's colder, it's windier, not a lot of sun, so everything just kind of dies whenever it's really got some velocity to it.
And the thing is, too, is that we tend to see slower starts to the year in home run numbers. I mean, tonight we've only had 2. One was from Drew Tenzar in game 1, and the other was from Cole Blevins right here in game number 2. But other than that, those are the only home runs we've seen thus far tonight.
Yeah, because like you're saying, Mark, towards the middle of the season, towards the end of the season, once it hits June, July, you start seeing guys with like 3 home run games, 4 home run games sometimes even. I mean, through a whole 3 series, but it's like early on, if you hit 1, you're feeling pretty good early in the season.
Absolutely, absolutely. As Cole Blevins looks at strike 3 right there. No runs score for the Stingers here in the bottom of the first inning, where we remain tied at 0-0 as we go to the top of the second.
Who's up? Zach. All right, thank you.
Zach Inouye leads it off as he looks at the first 2 pitches for balls, so 2-0 to Inouye.
Zach's been really disciplined this game and the last game. Has about 4 or 5 walks, really making Jordan and Drew and Barrett pitch to him.
Outside there, 3-1. Still looking for our first run of the ball game. Ground ball on over to Barrett Carlo at third, fields it cleanly, throws on over to Cole at first, and the call on the field is safe. Zach Inouye beats it out for an infield single.
Very nice play there from Barrett, throwing a seed over to first base and Cole digging it out, but wasn't fast enough with Zach's speed down the line.
All in all, still a good play, even though it wasn't in time. Ground ball on over to Cody, steps on second for the out at second, but Harden is called safe over at first. Or wait, hold on a minute. The call on the field is actually safe on at. We're waiting for the call here. On the call on the field for Zach Inouye was safe by Jason Morehouse, our field ump out there, but now that Inouye is off the base and out of the base path, he is now called out. Alex Harden was called safe over there at first, so there's 1 away. A little bit of a weird situation. I guess Cody was bobbling the ball as he stepped on over at second over there, which was why Jason Morehouse called him safe at second. And Zach Inouye thought he was truly out, so he walked off the field, and the Stingers were able to get Zach Inouye for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, definitely interesting play there. It'll be as much for us learning the umpire, almost something for the players to be like, hey man, just because the other team's telling me I'm out, why don't I defer to the to the ump and see what he has to say? So I'm not just going to listen to everyone and just start running off the bag these days.
It definitely, having an umpire definitely isn't something that everybody here at the AWA is very used to, because mostly everybody's pretty used to, Chase, for either you or me making the calls out here, which can be difficult from time to time. But now that we have Jason Morehouse, who's going to be our field umpire in a lot of these games this season, it'll be a lot easier, and we'll be able to look at him to make the calls this season.
Exactly.
So definitely will take some getting used to, but a nice addition to the league.
I was going to say, some of
nonetheless.
the players might not like it at first, but I think once we get through the season and some of those calls start bouncing your way, and you know what I mean, it's going to even itself out. I think it's best for the league.
Popped up into the air right to Jordan Rice. He makes the grab for out number 2. So 2 away now in the top of the second inning. Runners on first and second. Chad Curtis coming up to the plate. Still looking for our first run. Wolfpack trying to salvage a game here in this 3-game series. And the Stingers, of course, looking for the sweep. That hits the zone for a strike, so 1-1 is the count to Curtis. And the slider is outside, 2-1. And
you can tell the wind really took that one.
Yeah, it's definitely getting windy here. Pretty cold out here tonight. Opening day 2024. Swing and a miss there from Curtis for strike 3. And that's the final out here in the top of the second. No runs score for the Wolfpack. We remain tied at 0-0 as we go to the bottom of the second inning.
Summit Racing.
AWAWiffle.com.
Pass.
Costco.com.
I don't even know. YouTube.
Last website I visited, YouTube.com.
AWA.com. Maybe the Athletic.
YouTube. Pass.
Kyle Cody will lead it off here for the Stingers.
Using the axe bat this at bat, trying to change up the bat maybe. Maybe they'll do the trick for him.
Interesting choice. We've definitely seen some players in the league who do prefer to use the axe bat.
Shout out Trey Slugston. The guy always used the axe bat, if I remember.
I'm sad that we're not going to be seeing Trey Clugston in the league anymore.
I love Trey so much.
Definitely disappointed, but want to shout out Trey Clugston. We miss you. We miss you, brother.
I remember that first season I was in the league with him, and we'd have our Nighthawks Enforcers games. And
strike 3 there to Zach Cody. Alex Harden froze him.
Looks like no pitch. Might have been
no pitch.
Too fast.
No pitch. As that is ripped on over to Zach Inouye, and he makes the grab for out number 1.
It's tough. Looked like he had a nice piece there for his first hit, but I mean, second hit of his career, but just right out of guy.
Jordan Rice stepping up to the plate. Looking to help himself out. Strike 1 there to Rice. Popped up into the air. Alex Harden right underneath it, and he makes the grab for out number 2. Just almost bobbled it right there.
Yeah, and still would have gotten out because Jordan wasn't running it out, unfortunately. But I can't really talk because I'm notorious for not running it out also.
Sometimes those pop-ups are a little bit difficult to handle. Got so much spin on them.
Yeah, you're almost just so disgusted in yourself. You're like, I don't even deserve to be on base.
And that hit Carlo before he hit the zone, so that's a ball. Ripped up the middle over to Chad Curtis. Fields it, throws on over to first, and the throw is offline. So Barrett Carlo reach on the air. Runner on first for the Stingers. And Drew Tenzar step up to the plate. That hits Tenzar on the leg for ball 1, 1-0.
And with that last hit going down as an error, the Stingers are still looking for their first hit this game 3.
Popped up into the air, and Zach Inouye makes the grab for out number 3. No runs score in the bottom of the second inning. We remain tied 0-0 as we go to the top of the third. Zach Inouye will lead it off in the top of the third inning for the Wolfpack. Looks at a ball. That hits him for ball 2. So 2-0 here to Zach Inouye.
A little bit of a pitching duel this game 3.
Ground ball. It's fouled off. Just foul. Down that third base side. Could have possibly been extra bases there for Inouye. 2-1.
Gone on base twice this game 3 is 1 for 1 with a single and a walk.
That's outside. 3-1, and that's ripped high and deep out to left field. Off the wall, Inouye rounding first, heading for second, but he'll hold up there. Zach Inouye just barely missing a home run out there to left, and we mentioned it a little bit earlier. I mean, ball does not really fly here in the early months of the AWA.
You've really got to have some exit velo on that swing to really get it out there.
Truly do. That probably goes out in the months of June, July, and August here in the AWA, but in the month of April, not so much. Ground ball up the middle. Cody makes the grab and makes the play on Alex Harden over there for out number 1. 1 away in the inning, but productive out nonetheless for Alex Harden. Moves Zach Inouye on over to second. So runner in scoring position for the Wolfpack, and Thomas Playhouse step up.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed back to the home runs. I've noticed that
popped up into the air. Cody underneath it and makes the grab. And you think Thomas Playhouse might have wished he would have hit left-handed there?
Definitely, for sure. But like I was saying, a lot of the 2 home runs we've seen today have been absolute line drives, no cheap ones. And the ones that we're seeing get up there really higher than the others are the ones that are dying and coming back in play for outs or just singles.
Both home runs have been to right field as well, which is the shortest part of AWA field. Shortest fence out there. Haven't seen any to left just yet. 2-1 here to Pratt. That's low for ball 3. 3-1 is the count. Wolfpack trying to get this run in and shut the door on this game. Ball 4 there to Pratt. Runners on first and second. Chad Curtis steps up to the plate.
Chad 0 for 2 this game 3. But he can change that with a base knock and get the first run of the game in here potentially.
That'd be huge. Wolfpack definitely needs somebody to step up here and try to drive in a run. As Curtis looks at strike 1. Big swing and a miss. It's a tough pitch to swing at. 0-2 now here to Curtis. Outside for a ball. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Chad Curtis, and Jordan Rice gets the strikeout there for out number 3. No run score here in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third, still tied 0-0. That's 2 inside there to Cole Blevins.
you want to just look at me when you pitch, you can do that. So is it 2-0 or 1-0?
2-0 here to Cole Blevins as that hits the zone. 2-1.
Cole with that big home run earlier in this series. Swinging away there. Looking to end this game with one swing again.
2-2 is outside. Full count to Blevins. Pitch on the way from Harden gets Blevins to go around. And Blevins strikes out for out number 1. Bottom of the third, Jordan Rice to the plate. And it's really been a testament to Jordan Rice and Alex Harden here in this game. They've pitched very well. As we can all see, no runs have scored.
Yeah, no hits yet for the Stingers either. And we were kind of talking about it earlier with this longer lineup with 5 guys in it, sometimes potentially 6 with Peter even. I mean, this is only Kyle's second at-bat of this game 3, and it's the 3rd inning. And we'll see how that affects them not getting as many ABs as some of the other teams this season.
Yeah, and that's one of the downsides to playing 5 guys on a team is you definitely don't get to come up to the plate as often as you would maybe like to, as Cody goes around there for out number 2.
Especially when you got a dominant pitch up there who's just going 1, 2, 3 sometimes. I mean, you're going some innings without even hitting. I mean, some teams, they hit every inning because there's only 3 or 4 guys and whatever, and then there's other innings where you got 5, 6 guys out there and you hit only in the 1st or 3rd, and that's it for the game, and you're moving on to game 2.
Yeah, and we've seen some teams in the AWA be very effective even running just 3 guys, and normally teams don't have to do that all that often because generally there is about, around 4 to 5 guys playing per day on these teams. But, we have seen 3-man squads be effective in the league.
No pitch there as it's a little too fast, but yeah. It just kind of depends on when guys get hot, you know what I mean? Sometimes the longer lineup does work, sometimes the shorter lineup works. It's just, it variables per team.
That's ripped out to center. Chad Curtis can't make the grab. That'll be a single for Jordan Rice. Off the bat, I thought he might have got a little bit extra on that, but it stays in the yard.
Very nice hit for Jordan.
And Barrett Carlo to the plate. Stingers trying to string something together here as Carlo. Now ball 1-0. Big swing and a miss there. Strike 1. Curveball hits Carlo on the leg. 2-1. That's outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to Carlo. Winning run for the Stingers on at first. Ground ball is fair down the third baseline. Jordan Rice, it's going to be a ground rule double because it did get past the foul pole out there. So ground rule double for Barrett Carlo. And now the Stingers are in business. Winning run at third.
Great hit by Barrett. Winning run on third now.
Tenzar goes around. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1. Tenzar's already been the hero here today. It was hero in game 1, hitting a 3-run home run to propel the Stingers to a game 1 win. Now looking at a 2-1 count. Round ball over to Thomas Playhouse. At first, it's going to be a tough play, and he's not able to get Drew Tenzar. And the Stingers walk off the Wolfpack here in Game 3. An RBI walk-off single for Drew Tenzar. And the Stingers win Game 3 1-0 and complete the opening day series sweep here against the Western Wolfpack. Unbelievable job from the Southern Stingers. And what an opening day series we had here to kick off the AWA 2024 season.
Yeah, tough series for the Wolfpack. First game back after only winning 2 games during the regular season last year, 1 game in the playoff. But overall, I think we can both agree we saw a much better team out here. This one series is not going to define their season. Everyone starts 0-3 every once in a while. So, I mean, I've got a lot of faith in this Wolfpack team, and they're going to string it together. So,
yeah, and that was fun, and I agree. The Wolfpack, they started off strong, didn't necessarily finish strong, but fought every single game here tonight. So congratulations to the Southern Stingers starting the year off 3-0. Wolfpack 0-3. Stingers getting the sweep here early in the 2024 season. We thank everybody for being with us here tonight. AWA 2024 Opening Day Series. We will be back with you all 5:45 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday night. Enjoy your nights, everybody.
Good night.